In this lecture, we will configure the Linux virtual machine as a web server. Alright, so I'm back in the terminal app. Let's now log in again to the Azure virtual machine. So I will just look for the command ssh azure admin @ and then the public IP address that's available in Azure portal. So just hit enter. And now the password. So in my case, admin123 and exclamation mark. Good, so now I'm not provided any message to accept, so here I am in the web server. I will type clear so that I can clear the page, and the first thing that I will do is type this command sudo su. This will help me to elevate my rights, so in order to make me the root user, which means that I now have full access in order to run whatever command I need. So we basically have chosen the Ubuntu image from Azure Marketplace. That is pre-installed, so the operating system is pre-installed, but it doesn't mean that all of the latest packages and software packages, are applied. So in order to make sure that our machine is really up to date, we would have to update it. And for this, I will type sudo apt and update and enter. And now it is applying the latest packages, the latest security and software packages to my machine. Let's now just wait in order to complete. Great, so 23 packages still can be upgraded. I can run this command apt list and upgradable, but we're done, it's not needed anymore. Now I did say that we will configure the web service on this Linux machine. So in Ubuntu you can type sudo apt install and the service is called Apache 2. So Apache and 2. Do you want to continue? I do have this question here, so I will type Y and then enter. And now pre-configuring packages, selecting previously unselected. Okay, so it is running the progress I can see on the screen. So again, I will wait for the installation to complete. So we're done. Again, I will type clear so that I can clear the screen. And what I can do now is check whether the web service is running or not. So again, starting with sudo and systemctl status now and Apache 2. So this is the package that we have installed, and I can see here active and running. So that's great. Typing Q. Now I can see on the screen that the Apache 2 package has been installed and the service is active. Here as well it says starting the Apache HTTP server, so that's great, Now in order to connect to a web server from your browser, you type in there the IP address. Now in the Linux world, what you can do in order to check if everything is working, you can say curl and in this case localhost. So if I type this and I can just scroll up a little bit up to the beginning, I have some information here and it says modified from the Debian original for Ubuntu and the Apache 2 Ubuntu default page. It works. So indeed it looks like the service is running, but I would like to edit the home page, so what is called the index.html file. So if I say cd, and this comes from change directory, actually let me show you this first, pwd path working directory. I'm now in /home/Azure admin. So this is the path, the same as in Windows you have c:/windows/whatever. So these are just folders. Now in order to change the default web server page, we would need to navigate to cd means change directory and var www/html enter. pwd path working directory. Now I'm var www and html. Great. Now another useful command in Linux is ls, and this means list. List what? List the content that is available in the var, and you can see the URL path there, var www and html folder. So ls, and I see that I have inside the index.html file. Now how can you see the exact content of this file? I can say cat and then index.html and enter. And again, this is the same content that we have seen before. Good. And if I now want to define a new one, a new index.html file, I will first remove this one, rm, so remove, and index.html, so I just use the tab key on the keyboard and enter. ls again, so nothing here. Okay, now we define the new index.html. I will use a software that's installed in Ubuntu, nano, and I say nano index.html and enter. So now we have to paste in here the HTML code for our new index.html file. So you do have available in the download section an index.html file, so you can just take the content from there. You don't have to know any web programming or so on. So I will open this one and I will open with TextMate, and here is the content. So I'll just take it, copy, then I come back to index.html. I will paste everything here, and as you can see here down on the left side it says Ctrl X for exit. So Ctrl X, save modified buffer, I will type yes, so hit Y actually on the keyboard, and then in order to confirm the name index.html, just enter. Good, now let's check the content. So cat and index.html, and as you can see now we have defined here the new index.html file, and this is the content that we have just pasted in. Also, if I double click the file, so if the web server is running, we should see something similar on the screen. Web server 01, welcome to Microsoft Azure Fundamentals AZ900 Training Bootcamp. So I'm back in Azure portal, and what I want to do now is take the public IP address, so copy. I will open that in a new browser. And I see that it isn't working. Although Google is saying I'm feeling lucky, well, I'm not feeling so lucky today. So the web page is not responding. Although if I go back now to the terminal and look for the command, so it was this one, sudo systemctl status apache 2. I can see that the service is running and the Apache HTTP server is running, but I can see that the page is not responding. And this is a problem that we will solve in the next 2 lectures. Thank you, and see you in the next lecture.